Hey everyone, and welcome back. We love to get deep into the really interesting stories that you send us. And this one has it all. You guys sent in a ton about this Vivek Ramaswamy.
Ah, yes, Ramaswamy.
Yeah, so he's been all over the news and.
Both tech and politics.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting story.
It is. So we're diving into all this stuff about his work with Elon Musk.
Right, the whole Doge thing.
Doge, exactly.
And this potential run for Ohio governor.
Mm-hmm. And then there's that tweet that kind of set the internet on fire.
Oh, yeah, the one about American culture.
That's the one. So to really get into it, we're going deep on this discussion from Valuetainment. Yeah. We'll try to figure out what's really going on with Ramaswamy.
Yep.
What's real? What's hype?
What I find so interesting is that nobody seems to know exactly what Ramaswamy did with Doge.
Right.
Like, what was his role?
Yeah.
They talk about it as this plan to, revolutionize government efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
But what did he actually do?
Yeah. It's all very vague, isn't it?
It is.
Do you think that's on purpose?
I don't know. Maybe. It makes you wonder.
Yeah. Like, if he was really this, driving force behind Doge,
Right.
you think he'd be talking about it more, wouldn't he?
You'd think so?
Yeah.
Especially with all this talk about him running for office.
That's true.
That's the big question everyone's asking, isn't it?
It is. Is he going to run for Ohio governor?
Exactly.
It's interesting, though, how they kind of downplay the whole Doge thing
Right.
when they talk about him as a potential candidate, almost like they're trying to separate the two.
It's like he's trying to appeal to two completely different groups of people at the same time.
Yeah, the tech crowd and then, the more traditional voters.
Yeah, it's a tricky balance.
For sure. And then you've got that tweet.
Oh, man, that tweet.
That whole thing about American culture valuing mediocrity over excellence.
Whoa. That got people talking.
That's an understatement. 150 million views.
Yeah, it was huge.
I mean, is that something you say?
Right.
If you're thinking about a career in politics?
Yeah. You got to wonder what the strategy is there.
Seriously. Is he just trying to stir the pot?
Maybe. He's definitely not afraid of a little controversy.
It's a gamble, though, right?
Huge gamble.
I mean, some people loved it.
Oh, yeah. They thought he was brave to say what everyone's thinking.
But others...
Well, let's just say they didn't agree.
They thought he was out-of-touch elitist.
It could definitely come back to bite him if he decides to run.
No doubt about that. So we've got the Doge situation, which is a mystery.
Right.
This possible governor run, and a tweet that's still making headlines.
Yeah. A lot going on.
Where does Elon Musk fit into all of this?
Well, that's interesting too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the folks over at Valuetainment seem to think there might be some tension there.
What do they mean?
Well, they have this 2 alpha theory.
2 alpha.
Yeah. Like maybe Musk and Ramaswamy.
Oh, big a personality.
They both have pretty strong opinions.
That's for sure.
They even talked about this time when Ramaswamy was in a debate.
Uh-huh.
And he was really going after his opponent. Really confrontational.
So like Elon.
Exactly.
So maybe that's part of it?
Could be. Maybe Ramaswamy just didn't fit in there anymore.
Interesting. And then there's the whole Trump thing.
Oh, yeah. What about that?
Apparently Trump himself said that Ramaswamy would stay involved with Doge.
Really?
Yeah. So who knows what's going on there?
That's a mess.
It is. We've got conflicting stories, cryptic tweets.
Right.
And maybe some power struggles behind the scenes.
Makes you wonder what's next for Ramaswamy.
Yeah, what is next for him?
One idea that came up was that maybe he's a political draft pick.
A political draft pick?
Yeah, like maybe the GOP.
Oh, interesting.
We'll get into that in part 2.
Stay tuned. Okay, so we left off talking about Ramaswamy maybe being this political draft pick.
Yeah, the GOP maybe, looking for someone new, someone different.
Yeah, like a fresh face.
Exactly. Someone who can connect with voters who maybe haven't voted Republican before.
Right. And Ramaswamy, he's got that whole, outsider image, successful businessman, not a typical politician.
That's appealing to a lot of people these days.
It is. That whole disruptor thing.
Yeah.
People like that.
And don't forget the Elon Musk connection.
True.
I mean, that could work for him or against him.
Yeah, it depends who you ask.
But there are definitely people out there who see Musk as, a visionary.
Yeah, genius.
Right? So being associated with him could actually help Ramaswamy with certain voters.
Interesting.
It's all about strategy.
But it's risky too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Musk is a polarizing figure.
Yeah. Some people love him. Some people hate him.
And if Ramaswamy gets too close to him,
right,
it could alienate more moderate voters.
It's a tough line to walk.
It is. And then there's that tweet.
Oh, yeah.
about American culture.
I mean, how do you think that's going to play if he actually runs for governor?
Hard to say.
Yeah.
It could go either way.
Yeah.
I mean, on one hand, it shows he's not afraid to speak his mind.
Right.
And some voters might respect that. But it also makes him look out of touch.
Elitist.
Exactly. Like he doesn't understand what it's like for everyday people in Ohio.
Yeah. He'd have to address that for sure.
He would. If he wants to win over those voters.
Right. Maybe talk about his own background.
Right. Show that he understands the struggles people are facing.
Show that he cares.
It has to be authentic, though.
Right.
People can tell if you're just saying what you think they want to hear.
So you think he could actually win?
If he runs.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I mean, he's definitely got some things going for him.
Yeah. Like what?
Well, he's got name recognition now. People know who he is. And he's got a good story.
The whole self-made millionaire thing.
Yeah. And the GOP seems to like him.
They do. They see him as a potential star.
But he's never held elected office before.
That's a big hurdle.
It is, especially in Ohio.
Yeah. Ohio's a tough state.
Lots of political families.
It's not easy for an outsider to break in.
And politics. It's a dirty game.
It is.
He's going to get attacked. There will be scandals. Real or fake.
Can he handle that kind of pressure?
Yeah. That's the question.
He's going to need a good team around him.
People he can trust.
And he's going to have to develop a thick skin.
Because it's only going to get worse if he keeps moving up the ladder.
What do you mean?
Well, some people are already talking about him running for Senate.
Yeah.
Or even president someday.
President.
Yeah.
He's got big ambitions.
He does, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
That's why.
Yeah.
It's all just speculation for now.
But it's exciting to think about.
It is. He's definitely one to watch.
So we've talked about his political chances, his connection to Elon Musk.
And that tweet.
What about Doge?
Oh, yeah. Doge.
That's kind of at the center of all this, isn't it?
It is. We can't forget about Doge.
It's still a bit of a mystery.
It is.
But it's a really interesting idea.
It is.
Using technology to make government more efficient.
More responsive.
Yeah.
That's a big goal.
It is. But if they can pull it off,
right,
it could really change people's lives.
Make government work better for everyone.
But some people are worried about the downsides.
Like what?
Privacy, surveillance, giving too much power to tech companies.
Those are valid concerns.
We need to have a conversation about those things.
We do.
It's a bigger question than just Doge.
It is. It's about the role of technology in our lives.
Exactly.
And how we balance progress with, our rights.
Privacy.
Our freedom.
So what have we learned about Vivek Ramaswamy?
Well, one thing that's clear is that he's ambitious.
Oh, yeah.
Really ambitious.
He wants to make a difference.
In business, in politics.
He's not afraid to take risks.
He likes to shake things up.
That can be good or bad.
It can. But it definitely makes things interesting.
And we've seen how important image is, especially now.
In the age of social media.
One tweet
can change everything.
So how's he going to handle all this?
That's the big question.
We'll find out in part 3. We're back for the final part of our deep dive, and I think it's time to step back a bit. Look at the bigger picture.
Yeah. Like, what is this whole Ramaswamy story?
Yeah.
What does it tell us about, leadership today?
I like that.
In the 21st century.
It's not just about one guy with big ambitions.
No.
I think he represents a new kind of leader.
Yeah. Someone who's comfortable.
Yeah.
Moving between, different worlds.
Yeah. Business, tech, politics.
He gets it. He understands how to build a personal brand.
Yeah.
How to use social media. How to connect with people.
And he's not afraid to break the rules.
To challenge the way things have always been done.
Right. And that can be good.
It can.
But it can also get you into trouble.
Like that tweet?
Oh, yeah.
About American culture?
That was a big one. It made people think.
It did. About meritocracy, the American dream.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah.
How do we measure success?
Right.
Yeah.
Is it all about individual achievement?
Or is there more to it than that?
Yeah.
What about our responsibilities to society?
Yeah.
To each other?
Big questions.
No easy answers.
But these are the kinds of questions that leaders like Ramaswamy, they force us to ask them.
It's not just about winning an election or making a lot of money.
It's about the impact you have.
The values you stand for.
What kind of world do you want to create?
It's fascinating to watch him.
It is.
You may agree with him or not,
right,
but he's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
He's pushing the boundaries.
Testing the limits.
Making us question our assumptions.
He embodies this moment in time.
A time of rapid change.
So much uncertainty.
What will the future look like?
What role will technology play?
What kind of leaders will we need?
Big questions.
What do you think? Big questions.
What do you think?
That's all the time we have for this deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
Keep those brains buzzing.
And we'll see you next time.